A long time ago in 1977, I was about 17 years old. It was my first year in NTID with my brother. My brother entered in 1975 and I entered in 77. Anyway, so I entered in the fall and we had Christmas break in December for about 3 weeks. So we were like, what do you want to do? So we left and we went to Florida. We went to a really small island called Key West. It's at the very southern tip of Florida. It's a really beautiful island. So anyway, we arrived December 30th, and on the next day, December 31st of 1977, at night, it's New Year's Eve. So Key West is a small town. It's really cool. It was owned by the French, so we went out and there's a bunch of people. Went to this bar. Man, it was full. There was just people everywhere. It was really hard to get around. This one man came up to me and he was hearing. He was an interpreter from Rochester. So we talked to him for a little bit. And about midnight, 12 on the dot, it was January 1st, 1978. Everyone was saying Happy New Year and celebrating. You could hear the firecrackers going off. So I was thinking back on 1977, how great of a year it was. Man, I felt inspired. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed some yellow smoke of some sort. It was thick. It was just going everywhere. So I was like, no worries. I thought maybe it was a cherry bomb, and then the hearing person grabbed me and said, come on, hurry, we gotta go and get out of here. And that's when I knew something was wrong. So I turned around and looked, and it was just covered in smoke. People were just in a craze. They were panicking, like just running everywhere. Man, it was awful. It was a serious situation. So I turned around and we were stuck. Like people were just packed. We were up against the wall trying to get out. People were pushing up against us. Smoke was traveling fast. It was just spreading everywhere. I couldn't breathe. It was thick all over me. Oh, I was so scared. Really thought I was going to die. It felt like I was moving in slow motion. I was so scared. Like it was the last minutes of my life. Everyone else's panic became my panic. I couldn't think straight. I was running, trying to get out of these doors. Finally, I got outside and just started crying. My eyes were watering like crazy. And then I realized, oh my goodness, where's my brother? I walked back around the building. Thought maybe he was dead. I started crying like I don't know what to do. Everyone was saying it's supposed to be a Happy New Year, but this isn't right. This is all wrong. So I really tried to think positive and went around looking for my brother. Thankfully, I found him and he was okay. He was laying on the ground and my interpreting friend was standing there next to him. Worst situation. There were cops everywhere running around, cop cars pulling up. Stores around had been destroyed. The fence had fallen over. Why is all this happening? I just felt so confused. My mind felt like it was like turned upside down. So anyway, I went back to New York and went back to my dorm and opened my suitcase, and the smell had like permeated my clothes. It was awful, the smell. So I threw it in the washer. 2 weeks later, I was looking at the newspaper, and the interpreter from Key West gave me, and there was a title called Tear Gas. Picture on the front page, it was all blown up. You could see the smoke, and people were tiny there at the bottom of the picture, and the smoke balloon was huge. I had 4 cuts. The cops that did it? No, some man. He had stolen it from the Navy base there in Key West. I couldn't believe it. Using something from the military like that, man, that's awful. Man, it was the worst situation. Now, still, even when I go out, I get a little freaked out and nervous about being out like that.